I am not consistent at doing videos on my channel. I do them when I feel compelled to move. And so I'm compelled to move, and that's why I'm here today. I do it when I feel that I'm being given a message by God. I cleaned up my table yesterday. I sanded it down because, sometimes on a wood table you get those little stains, and that was yesterday. And I feel like now today I'm prepared. So what is the topic at hand? The topic at hand is the election. And my son likes to have bets with me because he wants to make money. He doesn't have a job. He's young. And so he likes to have bets with me. So if I lose, that he can score some money. Anyway, so it is Tuesday. It's the day of the election. And he's 15, and we're Canadian, so he could care less about what's going on. He's not following anything. I say to him, who do you think's going to win? He said, Trump. I said, is it because you want him to win or you think he should win? He said, no, I just feel like he's going to win. He has very good discernment. And so he wanted me to pick Kamala because, if we both pick the same person, then who really gets paid? He wants to get paid. He asked me what I thought, and I said to him, I want Kamala to win. And I said, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. And in that moment, what happens with me is when I get a download, not all downloads, but some, the top of my head, it's almost like it electrifies, like it gets goosebumps, like there's this chitch of energy because there was an image, and the image was, there was a sea of people, right? And the people were dressed in red, white, and blue, and the people were majority white, right? They weren't my color. Or let's call them cream. The majority of the people were cream. And in the middle of the crowd was a man, a white man, I'll say Trumpish looking, because it was a dream, not a dream, it was an image, like it flashed, right? And they were actually in the middle of the crowd, but it was as if they were walking up to a mic. And when you put your hand up because you want to say something, that's what they were doing. And I was like, I want Kamala to win, but I'm not sure that she will. And so there's a few things that have been happening. So the first thing I want to say is clear your algorithm. Clear your algorithm of all the things that you're watching, okay? I wasn't sure how to interpret the image when I saw it, right? Because sometimes as a reader, it's difficult to separate what you're feeling from what you're hearing, and you want to be clear. Most of the time I'm very clear, but I have to be honest, when that happened, I was second guessing myself because I was thinking, based on this flash of image that I saw, gosh, I don't know that she's going to win. Mind you, almost everything, unless I'm just the odd person out, that I was getting, and I generally really watch YouTube. I'm not in every platform. Like, I have handles, but they're hidden because I don't use them. I'm not a social media digester, so to speak. And when the numbers were coming in, you're like, okay, it's early. You're looking at the map. Okay, that's fine. And then the middle of the U.S. is like scorching red. And the reason why I'm telling you to clear your algorithm is because when I don't sign into YouTube, what I get on the homepage is like a whole bunch of shit I would never watch. And it's a whole lot of cream people doing like silly things. I would never pay attention to this, right? That is not my world. And so the algorithm, as you know, feeds you what you're looking for. So when I'm looking for, Trump and Harris, I'm getting that, but I'm not so much getting the other side of things, if that makes sense. Like, I would watch like Bulwark and what's his name? Brian Tyler Cohen, I feel like I want to say. I can't remember. I did watch some, I watched, Roland Martin. I watched a number of outlets out of curiosity, and nothing, at least from my sense, gave the indication that, I shouldn't say, okay, let me rephrase that. The indication was there in my mind, right? That, oh, this might not go her way. But the information I was receiving from the algorithm didn't give me that. So it caused me to second guess myself. You understand? Like, oh, like maybe I'm not in touch. Maybe I'm a little fuzzy. Maybe I'm, not hearing from you correctly, God. And I would touch a few decks and they essentially kept saying the same thing. Like there was a Tower. There was Justice in reverse. There was the King of Pentacles in reverse, the Ace of Wands. Sorry, the King of Pentacles upright, the Ace of Wands in reverse. And since, let's call it Wednesday, right? But since the Tuesday election, since Wednesday, today is Friday, I cannot shake. And I guess there's certain words that we can or cannot say. So what do I say? I cannot shake the fact that I keep hearing over and over that somebody is going to transition. Someone is going to transition. And for the life of me, I also could not get out of the image that Kamala is being sworn in. Okay? So remember, I said to you, I wanted her to win, but I kept getting this flash of a sea of cream-looking people in red, white, and blue. A few, brown people, darker brown people, dark-skinned people peppered in because, they exist. And he was like moving through the crowd with his finger up like I want to say something. And that disturbed me. The other image that I got this morning was all this stuff that is happening, all these conversations, because there is agreement. But it's not agreement as if, you're sitting across the table from someone and you're having conversation. It's not that. I saw Donald, Vance, I don't want to say Kennedy, but I want to say Donald's minions, okay? And they were all dressed in black cloaks. I have no idea what this means. I was on my way to Costco this morning, and this flashed in my head. They were all dressed in black cloaks. The other thing that came to me last night was I should pull them up because I really do want to give people credit for certain channels. So give me a second. So yes, Brian Tyler Green, Tabitha Speaks Politics. Who else? Hold on. Her name is Olurinati. Olurinatti. I want to say something though. I don't know who you are. I don't care what side you're on. If you're a Republican or you're an independent or you're Democratic or you're just, interested in politics, there's no need to be cruel to people. This girl's channel, Olurinati, they have great discussions that matter to people who look like me, okay? And she's really contemplating if this is something she should continue because she's getting a lot of unnecessary hate. Things like go back to your country and all that. Like, what's the matter with you people? Most of the lands that cream people are in, they stole, okay? They stole it. Because if Donald wants to deport people, his wife, his son, I don't care if he was born in the U.S., he wants to take away automatic U.S. citizenship by being born there, right? At least his mother-in-law is dead, so where's she going? But this was never their land. So whether you believe there was the native Indian here or whether you want to believe it was native black people that were here, because I do have black Indian in as my great-grandmother, right? So I don't care which part of the story is. The point is the cream people weren't here first is the point. I can go down the road and find a new restaurant. And just because I find a new restaurant doesn't mean I discovered it because it was already there. I don't get to claim ownership to that. Anyway, I keep hearing over and over again. Initially, I was seeing it as Donald is going to pass. Okay? He's going to pass. It's so And this is where I don't want to like doubt myself, right? Because when I'm told things and shown things, they do happen. And I have to tell you, it does, it continues to freak me out. I can't lie. I pulled these decks because I thought they would be best for the situation. The Godfather, because I feel that that's his energy. The Urban Tarot is a bit of a, I would say, a darker deck. I do like to bring this out when I'm reading for masculine energy or when I want clear answers. So hopefully that will deliver. The Blind Spot, woo, if you want your tail kicked, if you want to learn and understand some things about yourself, things that you're not aware of about who you are, situations or people, this deck is fire. Okay. And then there's De la Nuit Oracle, like Oracle of the Night. This one is a little bit, I would say, a bit of a haunted deck. But I'm not pulling it because of the women, because I believe this is a deck full of women. I'm pulling it for the energy, okay? Just understand that. I'm pulling for the energy. Okay. So let's go back to my... I keep seeing that somebody is dying. And I keep seeing that Kamala is in office. Now, I don't know if it means this term. I don't know if it means that she's coming back in, what would that be? Running in 2028? I don't know. I don't know what that means. But the initial energy that I'm getting around it is either Joe Biden could step down and have her go in, or that Trump does pass. And when I pulled my cards to ask about the timing, I got the Two of Cups. And that Two of Cups, a cup represents months, right? And that was 2 months. And I asked that question yesterday. Yesterday was November 7th. That would make it January 7th, January 6th, 7th, the day when there was the, for those of you who believe that he did try to overthrow the insurrection, for those that don't believe it, I don't know what you want to call it. But I feel so strongly like it honestly, it will not let me rest. It will not let me rest. It will not let me rest, to the point where I pulled cards a number of times. And as I said, the Tower keeps coming out. Justice keeps coming out. The World card keeps coming out. So let's just run with it and see, what's going to happen here. But here we go. All right. So this is not like a typical tarot deck. They don't necessarily always have all the explanations. This is about the Corleone family, which, oh my God, it really is fitting. Like for me, when I see, am I upside down? When I see, Donald, I didn't listen to all the concession speech, right? I just was there to see. And all the people lined up, like it's kind of like the Corleone family. Okay, so before I start, dear God, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you for allowing me to do this reading. I pray and ask that you give me discernment. Allow me to see into the eyes of heaven. Please give me a gateway, a pathway, an ability to see what it is that you know. Share with me what you want me to convey to the people that are watching this video. I thank you so much. And when I say dear God, I mean Mother and Father God. I feel that I need to clarify that. Oh, it doesn't matter because it's all Corleone upside down. Okay. So dear God, I just ask you to be with me in this reading. I ask that you make this a protected space. Any entity, any energy that should not be here, I know, trust, and believe that you will remove it. It is not welcome in this space. For this is hallowed ground. And I thank you so much for all that you're doing. What is this? A wish come true. Oh, this is a bride. Oh, God. I don't remember all of the Godfather movies. But wasn't there like the wedding and there was a massacre? Oh shit. Like people were gunned down on the steps and everything. Children were running. Cake was flying. I don't know which version of the Godfather, you know, Godfather 1, 2, 3. I don't know which one it is. Okay, Google. What city is the Godfather in? I don't know if that makes sense, my question.
New York City.
I knew it!
Gangster.com, they say, The Godfather is the story of the Corleone family, a New York City-based crime family in the mid-1940s.
So this is the Nine of Cups, which is a wish come true. This book, okay, see, Love and Marriage. And what is this? The marriage of Vin's only daughter to Carlo Rizzo was an event that brought the entire Corleone family together as well as the extended family. It also marked the return of Michael from war as well as the introduction of Kay, as it was tradition, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So in the cards, during these years, it was a time of relative happiness where under the leadership, okay, that's what they're talking about, forging a path. I am looking for, I don't know if they'll have it in here because sometimes they don't. They have characters. So like you're able to see this book, right? I'm looking to see if I could see the bride. Yeah, I wanted to see if they have any language around the bride on this card. It doesn't seem like they do. So just so that you know, as I was saying, they don't do every card here. Okay, here we go. Oh, shit. Okay. A short-lived affair. While Michael remained hidden in Sicily in the town of Corleone, he immediately fell in love with Apollonia as soon as he set eyes on her. Michael had to convince her father his intentions were honorable, but after a brief courtship, the two were married in her small town. However, it was not long after the marriage that the retaliation Michael had fled from in New York reached Italy. When Apollonia was tragically killed by a car bomb intended for Michael, which had been planted by his bodyguard Fabrizio. Okay, so this is not the wedding that I'm thinking of, but you will know that there was a wedding where they started letting out this gunfire, and it was ridiculous, and they murdered and killed a lot of people. And so this wish come true, I feel, is two-edged. There was a wish to come true for Kamala that has not yet come through. And Donald currently has that wish, but that wish is not going to last. It's not going to last. It's not going to last. And it's interesting also, I mean, I don't know where he's from, but I know the Trump Tower, or one of them, is in New York, and that's where he has, you know, the gold elevator and the bathrooms and all that, or whatever the hell, right? So, the other thing that I want to say, I was talking to you about people, content creators, YouTubers who I've heard have been complaining that their subscribership has dropped by thousands and thousands. And this morning, it hit me, and what I was seeing was, you know the Matrix? I don't know what to call it, how they have the code, the black screen but with all the numbers kind of falling down in green. What hit me, I don't know if it's true or not, was, and it seems to be across the board. Now, it's either, I know for me, that when it was back in 2020, in 2020, And George Floyd was murdered, and all these other black men were being murdered, and a couple of, I think Breonna Taylor was shot, and the Karens were on the loose and being ridiculous and obnoxious. I just had to turn off, and I unsubscribed from a lot because it was too much for my system to continue to absorb, understand, interpret. It was just too much. I couldn't. And so if that's what's happening, that's one thing that I fully understand. But that's not what came to me. And again, if you need to step away, step away. Because God knows this shit will still be there tomorrow. But if you need a moment to pause, to debrief, no matter what side you're on, do that. But what came to me was, people are saying they're losing thousands or 1,000 or more of subscribers. Now, what hit me automatically is like, maybe it's the bots, right? Maybe there were bots that were signing up and joining so that they could, I really don't know what bots do, but I feel like they can make comments, right? They make comments, they say stuff, they put out their own ideology into a live stream, or if people are watching a replay, what have you, or a premiere. And because whatever the goal is has been done, that technology, those bots are now, let's say, disappearing from the system. That's not my point. My point is, I do feel that one of two things happened. Either this is really how the American people felt, and this is also a reason why your education is important. Ladies, especially black ladies, don't let these people tell you that your education doesn't matter. I know it looked like Kamala's education doesn't matter, but I promise you, her education did matter. It mattered to the point where he was intimidated. It mattered to the point where you have such an incredible amount, I would say, my numbers or my understanding could be wrong, but a lot of uneducated people, a lot of poor people, and a lot of cream boys, cream poor people, uneducated cream people who seem to be following this man. That image that I had, or understanding, or flash that I received of subscriber numbers dropping, just like, let's just call it out of nowhere, is because whatever mechanism put them there is drawing them back, or has been canceled or withdrawn. And I feel that it's possible, if it isn't that this is just the way that America feels and this is the vote and the vote was clean, fine. But we already know he's not a clean person. He's not a clean person. He does not do things honestly. And that's the other reason why I felt she lost. There's a number of reasons, but I really don't pin it on her. I don't pin it all on her. A lot of it was out of her control. Okay. But what I saw was that whatever system they're using, I don't know, again, I'm not American, right? But I don't know if the votes were counted electronically, or if they were counted by hand, or if, when you would do a test and you kind of scribble whatever and you put it in the machine and it counts it. Whatever the mechanism is, because I think to have everyone count one by one by one, and I don't know about you, but sometimes if I had to count all these cards, guarantee you I would lose where I was and I'd have to start over, right? So maybe they do it in batches of 10 or batches of 20, so that if they do lose count, it's a bigger grip for them to, count through faster. But the whole point of the link from the subscriber drop that a number of channels are saying is, I feel like whatever this software was that helped to do the counting may have been rigged, and they might have a difficult time finding whatever it is, because the same way the subscribers have dropped because the bots have disappeared is the same way whatever this algorithm or coding is that is in the system has self-destruct. There's a show, can't remember what it was. If you're old enough, you'll know. this message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then poof, the thing disappeared. But this whatever this technology is, self-destructed without necessarily leaving a trace. The other thing that I'm hearing is that I feel that, yes, Kamala did concede to the election results, but not to everything. There may be something going on in the background. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. She's a smart woman. Okay? She's a smart woman. And she's doing the right thing by doing things peacefully and by the book. But there's more here. There's more. Okay. Because Donald is celebrating. But I feel that this celebration is, clearly it's not long-lived. Because the wedding that came to mind was not the wedding of Michael Corleone in Italy to the girl he fell in love with the minute he saw her. And it's not, I think he married again for a second time, if I'm remembering this correctly. It's not that wedding. I'm quite sure it was his daughter's wedding, right? His daughter's wedding was where there was a massacre. So it's all sweet and lovely and fun now, but it's not going to be. The other thing, this is New York, and I just heard that the prosecutor for New York. So what I'm doing is cards dropped. You know, people say, oh, that's too many, I'm not going to read them. When that happens, I feel that I'm meant to work with this portion of the cards, right? And so I put the larger deck away, and then I will ask my questions, because this is right now the portion I'm supposed to work from, just so that you understand what's happening here. And they're ready for him. They're ready for him. They've been studying him the same way he spent this time studying. If y'all think Donald was sitting back for the last 4 years chilling and being quiet, no, not at all. But between him and Biden, I feel somebody is going to pass. And it wasn't even Biden I was thinking of. Biden came to me this morning. Initially, it was that Trump was going to pass, right? That was the initial, I can't even say picture of it. If it is Trump that passes, it'll either be like a heart attack, stroke. He could die in his, oh, am I allowed to say this? He could continue sleeping. He'll continue sleeping. And then earlier today it dawned on me, well, what if it's not Trump, but it's Biden? That might answer how I'm seeing Kamala in office initially, because she takes over for him. What is this? The Queen of Coins, generous, caring, and nurturing. And that's the mother. That's interesting that that would come out, because you're calling her Kamala, Mamala, keep Kamala, you know. That's interesting. Now, the Mother of Coins, I'm not sure whose mother this is in, what is this? The Queen of Wands, creative and confident. I told you. I told you. They are looking into things. They might not be saying it to the public, but they are looking into things. They are looking into things. They want Donald to feel, yeah, they want Donald to continue celebrating and feeling really good about himself. Because people, when they think they're getting away with something, they get a bit careless. They do. They get careless. So he's feeling good that he's won the election. You know, he feels wonderful that he's trumped her. Queen of Wands is a determined, creative, intuitive, instinctive, tapped in, manifesting giant. Okay? And she tempers that. Remember, joyful warrior. What is it? Hard work is good work. I am in my soft era. I don't believe we have to do things hard anymore. You know. Okay, what do I want to know here? I need, okay. You want to give me one more card for the Queen of Wands and Coins? And this is accumulation. This is accumulation. She's biding her time. I was going to say this is time and wealth. She is biding her time. Because coins is the earth. So that is pentacles, that is time, it is relationship, it is material. She is gathering that as well. And then before I go to this card, this person has glasses on. I don't know. Are they at the theater? I could be totally making this up. Like, I don't know. This person seems to me like they're dressed up, right? And so maybe, and this kind of glasses here, there's no arm around this ear. It's kind of like, you know, when you go to the theater, you need to see, and you flick this kind of glasses. It has a stem here. I feel like this is what this kind of glasses is. She is looking into things. She might be quiet right now, as she should be. She needs to reconstitute. And what fell here? Generosity. Oh, this is the other thing that I wanted to bring up. Thank you, God. Thank you for reminding me. This generosity. The other reason why potentially outside of the election results being rigged, tampered with, some kind of computer coding that helped to switch ballot entries and whatnot. This looks to me like money, and they're paying off somebody. This to me is like the six of Pentacles. There's a saying that my mom would say, hand wash, hand make hand come clean. You can't wash your hands properly with one hand. There's a greasing of the palms, and a lot of greasing of palms went on here with Donald Trump. Now, he would do that because he has been convicted, sees nothing wrong with his type of behavior and the things that he's done. But she is a prosecutor. I'm hearing turn these two over. Yeah, she's a prosecutor. That's interesting that we have that balance. This is also the King of Wands. So this is interesting. This is interesting here. We have the Queen of Wands. The King of Wands have come out. This to me, she's creative and confident, and this is a leader and creative. And so they are both creative. She is being creative in finding out what actually happened, and he's being creative in hiding what has happened. This here is happiness and family. I mean, either way, they both have that. I'm hearing that I need to pull another card around happiness and family. Please talk to me about happiness and family, and then I'm going to go back to the connection between the two of them. Happiness and family, please. Please give me a card for happiness and family. So the King of Coins was in reverse. Prosperous stability, so that was in reverse. New beginnings was the Ace of Wands and the Sun. Growth and recovery. New beginnings, prosperity, and stability. So watch this. The happiness, joy, and celebration that Donald is feeling right now, it's going to turn, because these all came out in reverse. And it came out this way, and then this way. Yeah. It's going to reverse. New beginnings. Prosperity. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go the way that he wants it to. And I heard, I just heard that I needed to turn over this top pile, because I'm asking about happiness and family for Kamala. And it is the King of Cups. Now, there is some sadness, warm-hearted and loving. There is some sadness, but it's okay. Okay, that's for her. What I do want to know is I don't know, I'm just going to say the connection between the Queen of Wands being Kamala and the King of Wands being Donald. The other way that I'm hearing to see this is that both of these energies are Kamala, and right now she's being the creative, confident, looking into things, and will emerge continuing as the creative, but also the leader. So, okay. So this is the High Priestess and loss and sadness. Now, loss and sadness with a helicopter. Okay, Google. In The Godfather, did the helicopter crash?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Okay, Google. In the movie The Godfather, did a helicopter crash?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, hold on. Let me go into my phone. Wait, The Godfather. Godfather did a helicopter crash. You know, hold on. You know, when I got this helicopter card, what immediately came to mind was when I said someone is going to pass away, it could be Trump in a helicopter. He could have some kind of accident, right? But what flashed immediately after that was, I don't know, what's it? Whatever the JFK guy's name is, the guy with the voice, who talks like that. Him. He could die. And I thought of his brother that died in the helicopter, I think, with his wife. Was it her name Caroline or something? Sorry, which is more, The Godfather 3 helicopter massacre? Okay, what is a helicopter massacre Godfather? I don't remember that. So a helicopter flew in and opened fire. Oh, wow. I guess that's the other thing. It could be that either, I would say more so Trump, either dies by this time, somebody will, you know, be successful on these multiple attempts, or there'll be some kind of aircraft issue. That's interesting. Interesting. Okay. I think we can kind of leave this at that. Yeah. We're going to leave it at that. I think Donald is going to end up in a hanged position. This is the hangman. This is the hangman in reverse, waiting in sacrifice. Yeah. He might end up being the sacrificial lamb. All right. Okay. Just see something. Is it? Oops. Okay, what if I bring this up a bit? Can you see better? All right. Okay, so let's get into the Urban Tarot. Okay. Oh my God. Isn't that something? Look what came out. The hacker. The hacker. This is the Prince of Swords. The hacker is someone, oh my gosh. Wow. Because that is truth right there. We can call that maybe the sword of truth. Okay, sorry, let me look up something. The symbol say image. Air. So this card is air and truth. Air being knowledge, information. You see? Yeah, something went down with the computers. This is the Hermit. Hermit is, you know, you normally keep to yourself. Here, I think this is a three-headed dog, the devil. And I feel like there's something untoward. And they're celebrating that. They're on their victory lap. It's not gonna last. That's all I'm hearing. I'm just hearing it's not gonna last. Can you tell me more? Okay, you want me to ask about the Hermit? Can you tell me more about the significance of the Hermit card in this? Because I feel like it's someone who's underground that they had to do this. It's not exactly a black cloak, but remember I told you I had that image of, you know, Donald, Vance, and whoever else in the circle. It was a circle of women and men, cream-colored people, in a circle in the dark with long cloaks and hoods on. Please tell me more about that. You want me to take this card? Prudence. Making sure they have everything like organized, checked, the way that they want it, need it. Let's go up a bit more. It's getting a bit full. All right, prudence. It's about checking twice and cutting once. It's about precision. It's about looking into the smallest things, because I think they did do something to rig it. I do think it is a technology where it would self-destruct, meaning remove any trace of itself, if you will. You would have to look closely for it to find it. And I want to say, I think they did it incrementally. They did it incrementally. But I think where it gives it away is at, what did he end at, like 292? I don't remember, whatever the number is, whatever he ended at. It's too much, you know? It's too much. They tried to make it look small, but when you totaled up the aggregate of everything, the sum of everything, it's not right. And for the fact, for this computer guy to come out what else do you want to share with me? Can I ask about the Prince of Swords? What can you tell me about the Prince of Swords, please? What can you tell me about the Prince of Swords? Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Oh, wow. That's interesting. The Ace of Wands was in reverse. This is Lady Liberty. Holy shit. Ace of Wands is the beginning of something, an inspiration, a spark. But again, this is untoward. This is injustice. This is injustice. All right. Oh. Ace of Discs. Again, that's the Ace of Pentacles. Oh my ear. Ace of Pentacles. Is this Atlas? Is it? Is it Atlas? That's the statue that has the world on their shoulders. Is this who I'm looking at? There's a weight here. There's a weight here. I don't know what museum or what does that say at the bottom? I can't make out what it says on this on that thing there. I don't know if it says anything. Huh. Can you... I asked for clarification around the Prince of Swords. Out came the Ace of Wands. Honestly, out came Lady Liberty in reverse is what it was. There's a false propping up of something. There's a false propping up. There's a falsehood here. Okay. I don't know. I'm hearing hidden in plain sight. I'm not clear what that means. Oh. Well, we have public defender and the activist. Funny, I believe this is Washington. I'm just going to assume that's Washington. And what fell here? Love, pleasure, and the gourmet chef again. So love in reverse, pleasure in reverse, and in this deck, the Knight of Discs is the King of Pentacles in reverse, which we already have the King of Pentacles in reverse over here as the King of Coins. And what was the other reverse thing? The Sun, because we have pleasure and love here. We have new beginning, Sun. This is very interesting. That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna ask, can you tell me about Donald's health? Please tell me about Donald's health. What is Donald's... No. Is that the question? I think that's... Well, okay. We'll go with that. What is Donald's health? What is Donald's health? Donald's health is 6 of Pentacles. On the bottom it says success. Can you please clarify that? Oh, that's a lot that fell out. Okay. So, can you please clarify success? Please clarify success when I'm asking about Donald's health. Because if his health is well, and I'm seeing that there's going to be a passing, then please tell me how the 6 of Cups relates to his health. And it's funny, when I picked up this set of cards, the Game Master was there when I went to pick up, and it's back out again. And so this King of Swords, this Knight of Swords is actually the King of Swords. And this is playing a game, chess. He's playing chess here. I'm not sure what that is, if that's supposed to be some kind of flame. That's a knight in the background there. And I know they have these places, you can go to a park and they have the chessboard set up and everything. I'm going to just peek at this book and see what it wants to say about the Game Master. Cautious. Be cautious in challenging the Knight of Swords to tests of wits. So here's the other thing. Some people think Donald is stupid. In some ways it is, but in some other ways I think it's an act. And I think he has one hell of a legal team that's going all over and filing all these cases and doing all this fighting. And now when he went in the first time, he might not have been totally sure. But this second time, he has a better idea as to what to do and how to do whatever it is he wants to do. The Knight of Swords, yep, wields his mind like a blade, slicing through problems with an aggressive zeal, discovering subtle errors and consistency never fails to bring a smile to his face. He's usually first to point out when someone has slipped up somewhere. He brings passion for confronting tough logical quandaries to every situation. Treating a new challenge like a game, he's confident he can win. He's sharp, and a little cool wit makes him a great person to have on your team and a dangerous opponent to face across the table. This is the perfect storm of fire and air. So that is fire. That's there. Okay. Fire and air. And this is the knight, because there is a knight. But what is this that he's knocked over? Is this the queen down there? Or the king? Well, no. I mean, as a knight who in this deck is the king, what piece is this? Did he take down? Does it say? It says here that leaps with logic may need to be reined in now and again. They prefer to see a problem elegantly than practically. All right. Okay, I'm gonna ask, so let me put this there, and I'm gonna put these across in case I need to come back to that deck. What is the connection between Game Master and success when we're talking about Donald's health? Oh my gosh. I just heard that, you know, when people are saying that he's old and he's slipping and this, that, and the other, it just might have been an act. It might have been an act. Because he's playing the game, he's playing the role. I don't know if you've ever watched Game of Thrones, but there's this guy, let's call him like the old clergy guy, the old pastor, whatever, right? And he'd walk around in a long white robe. I'm pretty sure, did he have long gray hair? But he would walk around in a robe, and then there's a scene where, you know, I think he just finished bedding a lady. And he got up, he's all slim and fit and lithe and flexible and everything. And then he puts on his gown and plays the role of not, you know, of being old and not capable. And, you know, it's like when no one is watching, he's one way. And when he's being watched, he's another way. Okay, please give me a card that highlights the connection between the Game Master and success being 6 Pentacles.